Rollie, those numbers are absolutely staggering. So I did a little math. You know, we're a math school at NC State. So here's what I came up with. Since 1982, you've got 43 years at NC State. You won Coach of the Year 34 times. That's 79% of the time that you have been at NC State, you've been the Coach of the Year in the league. How do you do it?
You recruit the right players. I mean, that's where it all starts. You have good players, you got an opportunity. You got to have someone who believes in the program, believes in the process, and believes in each other. Those are called teammates. And I've been very fortunate we've had that over the years.
Talent's one thing, and you certainly had a lot of that. But building those relationships around those student athletes, how did you maintain that level of excellence for so long?
Well, the best part of my day is practice. I mean, coaches in here, practice. I love practice. I love working with 18 to 22-year-olds. When I was a high school coach, I really enjoyed that. I think gaining the trust of your athletes is incredibly important. They'll believe in your program. It's not what do they say? It's they don't care about how much you know until how much you care, and I believe that to be true.
How have you been able to stay hungry all these years? Like, winning at the level that you've won is just, the numbers are staggering.
Well, the opposite of winning is not. And that's a tough one. So, in the end of the day, though, it's not about winning, it's about opportunity. You put your athletes in a position where they have an opportunity to be successful. I can't remember a competition where we talked about winning. We talked about the opportunity we have the next day. So I think when you present it in that realm, you got a chance.
Building, watching what you've done at NC State from 1982 to where you are now. And I know you already told me you got practice tomorrow, so I know he said keep it short. He's got practice tomorrow. How about NC State's influence over your sport, just in general, and how you've been able to lead in that space?
Well, you got to have support of your university. I've been fortunate. Tom Jones took a chance on a high school coach out of Bradenton, Florida. I've been there for 45 years, and the support I've had from the administration is incredible. But it's just not the administration. It's the support groups, whether it be sports medicine, academic support, whatever it is. I mean, you have to have a lot of folks on the same page. And I've been fortunate at NC State. And the administration, I was thinking about this the other day. The AD, in fact, Michelle's here. I love it. One of our administrators is here. Thanks, Michelle, for being here. But Boo Corrigan, right? Being an AD is a hard job right now. So I wrote him a note, and I'm not a note writer, but I wanted to thank him for his leadership. And in the note I wrote, you don't have a choice. It's in your DNA. And the reason I say that tonight, because his father was the commissioner of the ACC for years, and what a great man. So that's why I bring that up.
I've known you since you've been on campus my freshman year. You're one of the first coaches I met that wasn't in basketball, because we were running on the track a lot back then. And, you're trying to get a tip here and there how to shave off a few seconds off that mile time, right? So when I think about you and your career at NC State, because I've known you over the span of it, I know what a great leader you are and what a quiet man you are, but where did your influences come from to maintain your ability to keep learning so that you could keep making your athletes better?
Well, I think there's a key there, that you got to keep learning. You can't stop learning. And I think there's two sides of athletics. There's the competition side and there's the mental side. So again, I've surrounded myself with the coaches in a part of the NC State program in cross country and track and field. They've been incredible. So I've been very fortunate to be surrounded. They say surround yourself with people that are smarter than you are, and that's not hard for me. So I've had a good group.
When you've won as much as you've won, and you do it in the way and the manner that you do it, you make it look easy. It can't be easy, but it looks easy.
As she looked at my face, does this look like a face of easy? There's joy. I mean, it's pure joy in what I do for a living. And the coaches in the room, oh my gosh. And the influence the coaches have on their athletes, and particularly the high school coaches in this room that are working with that age group, my gosh. Your influence. My high school coach, Bob Stabile, and Jim Rose, I mean, they made a difference in my life, I can promise you. And that was a few years ago.
Rollie, when you think about this moment in time for you being inducted into the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame, who would you like to thank?
Mom, Dad. I grew up I was born in LA. And that's not Lower Arden for those of you from North Carolina. That's the other LA. But my mom and dad were blue collar. I grew up in Cleveland. And so I learned a lot from working hard. I went to Kent State. I was fortunate to be part of the Kent State program. Gave me a chance to get an education and to compete. And really, I've surrounded myself. I got incredible coaches in the program. And so I've been very fortunate in that regard. And I hope this is going to continue for a while.
From the class of 2025, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Rollie Geiger.
Thank you.